Jamaica is on the road to recovery, and the Office of the Prime Minister is in the driver's seat.
We are managing everything all at once, and what you can be assured of is that you have a driver who has his hands on the wheels at all times, dealing with all the challenges that we face.
In the 2022-2023 fiscal year, the Office of the Prime Minister has been allocated over $12 billion to execute its functions. Most of that is earmarked for recurrent expenditure, which includes providing operational support to various ministries, departments, and agencies of government. These include the Registrar General's Department with an allocation of $1.3 billion. When government acquired a genome sequencer machine in 2021 to test for COVID-19 variants, it was through the Chase Fund. That agency has been allocated $2.34 billion to support other critical culture, health, arts, sports, and education initiatives in the new fiscal year. The Jamaica Social Investment Fund is receiving $656.7 million to manage various community-based socio-economic infrastructure and social service projects. To ensure effective communication of the various development ventures, the Jamaica Information Service has a budget of $798.9 million, while $251.56 million is going to the Public Broadcasting Corporation of Jamaica, PBCJ, and $13.6 million is earmarked for the operations of the Violence Prevention Secretariat. The Office of the Prime Minister will also be spending $4.5 billion on 4 major capital development projects in the new fiscal year.
What we're doing in our 60th year now, with the establishment of the NIDS, is to ensure that every single Jamaican can be included, accounted for, and properly served with the National Identification System.
With funding from the Inter-American Development Bank, $2.36 billion is budgeted to continue implementation of the National Identification System for Economic Growth NIDS project. Some major targets for the year include commencing Phase 2 of the NIDS Solution contract, completing the power supply and redundancy for the eGov data center, and executing the NIDS communication strategy. A number of developments will take place at the RGD to support the project, including proceeding with the digitization of civil records and completing the RGD's web portal, as well as the e-wallet and the digital birth certificate. Wide area network WAN connections will also be completed for the RGD, PICA, CSO, and 9 enrollment sites, and the NIDS Production Center is being established.
And I'm hoping that by the end of the year, we would have a significant portion, if not the majority of the population, properly identified through the National Identification System.
Another significant capital expenditure is the continuation of the Integrated Community Development Project 2. The 3-year project provides access to basic urban infrastructure and services in selected economically vulnerable and socially volatile communities. This is the final year of the project, and $796.2 million is being provided to complete integrated infrastructure projects in the communities of Treadlight, Anchovy, Denham Town, Pink, and Chestnut Lanes. The funds will also cover the Greenwich Town zinc fence and sidewalk rehabilitation, as well as rehabilitation works at Hope Valley Experimental School and Augusttown Primary.
It is important that we give focus to rural communities.
Through a loan from the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, IBRD, the Office of the Prime Minister will be spending $677.45 million on the Rural Economic Development Initiative Ready 2. The Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF, is managing the project, which is intended to enhance access to markets and climate-resilient approaches for rural enterprises. This year's budget allocation will go towards providing capacity building, seedlings, and chemicals to agriculture and community tourism enterprises, and installing a photovoltaic system at New Forest, Manchester. It will also fund the rehabilitation of the St. Mary Multipurpose Cooperative Cold Storage and Post-Harvest Facility, as well as a honey bottling facility in Hanover.
While climate change affects all countries, The impact on small island developing states is disproportionately greater. Despite significant fiscal constraints and development challenges, Jamaica is acting.
To enhance the country's resilience to disaster and climate risks, $673 million will continue work under the Jamaica Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Project in the 2022-2023 fiscal year. JSIF is also implementing this project. The 2022-2023 budget is the complete construction of the Montego Bay, Port Maria and Yallahs fire stations. Among other things, it will also finance work to complete the Port Royal Street coastal revetment Kingston and facilitate training on the new building codes by institutions such as HART, MIND and UTEC.
We have commenced a gradual and controlled process of getting our economy back to full production and to give all Jamaicans the opportunity to earn their livelihoods while protecting their health.